And so now let's move to the great state of Texas, since you said I couldn't say anything about the great state of Tennessee. Hey, Sean, over there in Texas, how are you, my friend? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. How may we help you
Yeah.
today?
You hear me fine?
We can hear you.
Okay, thanks for taking my call. Appreciate it. So, my wife left me 4.5 months ago. She completely ghosted me. She took $46,000 of our marital account, which is 100% of it, spent half of it in 10 days.
Wow.
And I had to take her to court to get half of it back. But like I said, she pretty much ghosted me, and she's only contacted me 3 times, and it's only when she's needed something. And the third time was 2 weeks ago, where she wants me to sign the decree. It's done, and it's very short. We have no business dealings whatsoever. So I'm sitting here saying to myself, I've read a lot about the psychology behind ghosting and how emotionally cruel it is.
Let me ask you something, Sean. I want to know how you're defining ghosting. Tell me what you mean when you say that. I want to make sure we're getting what you're saying. Well, how are you defining ghosting?
Sure. Well, she's pretty much she disappeared without talking to me anything about it and why she's leaving, and completely refuses to talk to me. I mean, I understand ghosting comes from a lot of the online dating and stuff like that, but she pretty much treated me like someone she met on Tinder a month ago and just disappeared. And I've known her for almost 4 years. So that's how I'm defining it.
Okay.
Did she say why she left, or did you already mention that?
No, she didn't say why. She just left. I mean, I know about our arguments in history, but believe me, it's 101 communication problems that you guys talk about all the time. It's very fixable stuff, but I'm pretty sure that had a lot to do with it.
If I may ask,
we never had closure. We never had.
If I may ask, how old is she?
I'm 47. She's just turned 35.
Okay. And do you know if there's anything or anyone out there that she's headed toward? Any lifestyle, any fantasy, any individual, as far as you know?
You mean as far as a limerence object?
It could be if it's a person, yeah. But it could. Sometimes people don't leave for another person. Yeah. Sometimes they leave for a fantasy they're chasing. Sometimes they leave for a lifestyle they want to live. Is there something she's leaving you for, as far as you know? Someone or something?
Well, she is an immigrant. She has her temporary 2-year green card, but I know she had an emotional affair with a 61-year-old married man at work who has helped her emotionally and financially, but as far as physical or anything like that, I have no clue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did she use you to get to come to this country?
That's another good question. Well, it's fair to say that she did. She has family out here. She wanted to come to the United States. The question is, did she also come here to fall in love and be with me indefinitely? Yes, I know she did that too. So I take blame for 51% of the problem on why we're separated.
Okay, so
I know what my issue.
If she came here because she loves you, what changed?
I just think over time, it was a lot of the communication. It was my controlling and manipulation. It was her immaturity to deal with things emotionally and talk to me about what she was feeling without me feeling defensive. And, just arguing, yelling during arguments. I would raise my voice. She didn't like it. And it was just like I said, it's just like 101 breakup. It was so ridiculous. And I look at all this stuff and I think how fixable it was. And in fact, the day before she left, we had our first marriage counseling session. It did not go well. She was gone the next day. So there was definitely some sort of move to try to help it. And it yeah.
I don't want you to take very long to answer this, but it's a very short answer. Did something happen in the marriage counseling session that motivated her to move away?
Yeah, we're just, he was not a good counselor. I don't even know if he was really a marriage therapist, but he allowed us to argue and yell, and he did not allow us to heal before we left. Horrible. Okay. And so it's silent treatment all the way home. You know how that is.
So in other words, this is the guy that's going to help us, and all he did was help us fight.
Yeah. So the more you talk, Sean, it sounds like there was more precipitating factors than originally you stated the question to be. So she had mentioned that there were things over a period of time that she didn't like when, you would fight, the way that you would act. You said that you were controlling. So she didn't just up and leave. There were actually things, even if she didn't say the day of, there were things that led up to this.
Oh, absolutely. I definitely believe that, for sure.
Okay.
So I guess what I'm still trying to get at is, based off your topic, should we stand for the marriage? I mean, having gone through this emotional issue here. I've been married before, 21 years, 15-year marriage. My previous wife cheated on me, and she drank too much. She was an alcoholic. I forgave her, and it did not affect me emotionally. I went through emotional hell for the first 2.5 months, and I still suffer from it a little bit, but I'm mostly over it. Does she even deserve to come back to me? I mean, I have a hard time thinking that this is someone I should take back in my life if she thinks that I'm not even worth talking to or even giving closure to, you know?
If you're going to think in terms of who deserves what, that gets awfully difficult very quickly, my friend, because all of us do things that are stupid and dumb. All of us do things that are selfish and just all about me. And so rather than thinking in terms, my suggestion to you, rather than thinking in terms of does she deserve to come back, maybe you ought to think in terms of, do I think I can love her? Do I think I can give myself to her again if she gives herself to me? So because as soon as you start thinking in terms of whether the person deserves, you start thinking more in terms of reward and punishment. And reward and punishment typically is not a good way to think here. And so, do you still love her?
So I do run across, I'm sitting here looking at my first anniversary clock, personalized clock that she got me on my desk. And I'm sitting there going, well, if you're going to get rid of, if the marriage is over, you need to get rid of it. And every time I think about getting rid of it, I can't do it. And so that must mean something.
It definitely means something. It definitely means something. Here's what I recommend, Sean. You, of course, make your own decisions about your life. It's your decision to do. But if indeed some things open up, some possibilities exist, I would recommend to you that you don't write off the possibility as of yet. So please don't think in terms of whether she deserves, you deserve, anybody deserves, because that just kind of gets you on the wrong track. But think in terms of, okay, this may not happen. You know, there may not ever be an opportunity. And if so, how do I deal with that? What do I do next? Or if the opportunity does present itself, am I willing to take that chance? That becomes the question for you now, not whether she deserves it, but whether you're willing to make a chance to put it back together if indeed that door opens. And as you understand, it may not open again based on what you're describing.